Welcome, friends. We have started this channel called Corporate Laws Galaxy. You know, galaxy means group of stars, and every star represents different laws. And we are starting with a series on frequently asked questions on very interesting topics of corporate laws. And we are inviting you, all of you, to also send your queries in our comments column in our video, and we will certainly take up those queries also in our videos. And now I will request you to please share, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Sir, I have come across some frequently asked questions from our professional colleagues regarding Section 8 companies. In this context, sir, could you please explain who can apply for registration of a Section 8 company and what objects can be pursued by Section 8 company?
Very good. Very good question. You see, any person or association of persons intending to register a limited liability company for objects as specified in Section 8 can opt to apply for registration of company under the said section. And you see, the objects shall include the objects for promotion of commerce, art, science, sports, education, research, social welfare, religion, charity, protection of environment, or any such other object. But you see, as per Section 8, the company after incorporation can not apply its profits, if any, for promoting such objects only. It cannot be used for any other purpose, only for promoting the objects of the company. Further, the company is prohibited from payment of any dividend to its members. Whatever profit it earns cannot be used for payment of any dividend to its members. Okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, who is authorized to issue license to Section 8 companies?
You see, wide MCA notification dated 21st May 2014, registrar of companies of their respective jurisdictions are delegated with the powers of central government to issue license to Section 8 companies. Earlier it was with the central government, which was delegated to regional directors, and now ultimately it has been delegated to registrar of companies.
Okay, sir. Sir, is it mandatory that the name of Section 8 company shall include the words like foundation, forum, association, federation, chamber, confederation, council, electoral trust, etc.?
You see, you are very correct. Yes, as per Rule 8 Sub-Rule 7 of Companies Incorporation Rules 2014, for the companies under Section 8 of the Act, the name shall include the words foundation, forum, association, federation, chambers, confederation, council, electoral trust, and the like, etc.
Okay, sir. Are there any prescribed criteria with respect to minimum and maximum number of directors in Section 8 company?
Yes, of course, there are provisions. The provisions under Section 149, subsection 1 of Companies Act 2013, as to having minimum of 3 directors for public limited company and 2 directors for public limited company are applicable to Section 8 company. However, the provisions relating to maximum 15 director is exempted in case of Section 8 company as per exemption notification dated 5th June 2015.
Okay, sir. Whether appointment of company secretary under section 2 subsection 24 is required for section 8 companies?
You see, as per exemption notification dated 5th June 2015, enforced with effect from 12th September 2013, the provisions of company secretary in section 2 subsection 24 of the Companies Act is not applicable to section 8 companies. Therefore, appointment of company secretary in section 8 company is not required at all.
Okay, sir, understood. Sir, what is the quorum for board meetings of section 8 companies?
Very good questions. You are asking very good questions. So it will certainly give a lot of information about the functioning of Section 8 companies to our audience. You see, as per Section 174, subsection 1, read with exemption notification dated 15 June 2015, quorum for board meetings of Section 8 companies is either 8 members or 25% of its total strength, whichever is lower. However, the quorum shall not be less than 2 members.
Okay, sir, understood. Sir, whether a single natural person can incorporate a section 8 company and whether a one person company can be converted into section 8 company?
Oh, volleys of questions. Great, I appreciate. I will answer your queries in one sentence. You see, as per Rule 3, Sub Rule 5 of Companies Incorporation Rules 2014, one person company cannot be incorporated as Section 8 company and one person company cannot be converted into Section 8 company.
Okay, sir, very well understood. Now we come to our last segment, that is adjudication of penalties under section 454 of Companies Act 2013. Sir, please tell us any latest case where Registrar of Companies has adjudicated penalty.
Yes, why not? You see, under the said section, Registrar of Companies is authorized to act as adjudicating authority to adjudicate penalty in case of violation of certain sections of Companies Act 2013. You see, in the case of ENSA, ENSA Steel Industries Limited, Registrar of Companies, Mumbai, wide order dated 3rd June 2024, imposed a penalty of 1,23,000 on company and rupees 1,12,300 each on directors for violation of section 137 of Companies Act because the company did not file financial statements within 30 days from the date of annual general meeting. Now, I'll tell you another case. In the case of NEU, Science and Metallurgical Technology Private Limited, Registrar of Companies, Kanpur, wide order dated 26 July 24, imposed a penalty of 48,800 on company and rupees 25,000 each on directors for violation of section 92 of Companies Act 2013 because the company did not file with the registrar a copy of the annual return within 60 days from the date on which annual general meeting was held.
Okay, sir, very well understood. Thank you.
Thank you. So, audience, we'll meet again. Bye.